guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a review of a game that I had, I think, yesterday. We're on Watch Point Gibraltar, and I felt like I was cooking, and we still lost. So I want to go through the footage, see what I could have done differently, see maybe if there were some really big mistakes that cost us the game. And also, I just want to talk a little bit about some of the things that I've learned on my journey of trying to improve at this game. Because I feel like a lot of people focus on aim as a big factor, when actually there's a lot of moving pieces that can all be improved on. So I just want to touch on some of that and go through this footage. So starting off, I actually want to be kind of aggressive here. I tend to notice a lot of people don't use this bottom doorway, so I'll put a venom mine down there, and I saw that the Zarya was sitting there. I tried to alert my team that there was potentially an enemy coming that way. Let me go back up to the high ground. Pretty standard stuff here. So it looks like they have a soldier. That's just a timing thing. It's a pretty hard shot to hit when they're bobbing so fast. Zarya's out in the open with no bubbles. Ideally, I would have hit headshots there, but, you know, can't be perfect all the time. I lined up a shot for the McCree. I don't know if it would have been more helpful to have killed the Mercy there. I don't know why that didn't headshot. See, I recognize I had the Mercy on me, so I could re-peek that soldier and take him out. I still want that Anna. She's right out in the open. Now McCree's covering her. I gotta back off here. So I want Mercy to come with me, but Farah is still so far, so far forward and so low that I'm like, oh, go get her.
A little surprise.
I don't like that. It's a bad place to be. High ground. Yes. The barrier here. I finally got the Anna. I'm not happy with how many shots it took me to actually get some value there, though. And then I turned around and the Mercy was there.
No one can hide from my sight.
That. I'm very low. I don't really want to beat them. I don't actually know. Okay, there's a health pack under you in that corner for the enemies. There's a health pack. There's a health pack in this room here. But there's none, like, immediately available to me where I'm at without having to take, like, a really long pathway. Like, I'd have to go, like, I don't want to cross the enemies to go to the one down there. And the only other ones are all the way over here. So I'm kind of stuck on this corner, and I'm glad that Mercy came up to help me. Yeah, and Anna was back.
No one can hide from my sight. Merci.
Sigma ult. Does he get any value with that? No. No, oh, he died. He didn't get any value and he died. See, my team does not have a very good awareness of when a fight is lost and when to back out. And I keep trying to signal for them to come back, because I'm not going to stay and fight up there when we've already lost that point. We've lost the objective. We've lost our tank. It's a lost fight. We lost the point.
My power emanates.
There's no reason to stay and take such an aggressive fight when we're on defense, when I could just fall back and take a much better position up on this aircraft. This is one of the strongest positions. Maybe not so much now in Season 5, because my fall off has been nerfed quite a bit, but, ooh, do I get that, Anna? That's unfortunate. I didn't react fast enough. Reaction time. Reaction time is something that really just, you gotta work on it.
Actuating the barrier.
Being able to recognize what you're looking at as fast as possible is very helpful. See, like, she was standing still. I could have hit that. Now, either I moved, or, I think I moved, and I messed up my shot, and then I killed the McCree. So, does it make up for me being bad and missing the Anna? really that Anna was free. Here, the Moira's, or not the Moira, the Zarya's pretty free. I should be able to get some headshots off on her.
Unassailable prowess.
I just can't track them. Not my best aim game, you know. I should fall back. I'm 47 health, and all I have to do is back up. Now I'm only 5 health. All I have to do is back up, and he can't see me anymore. What do? I start to, but I stay too long and I die. That was my bad. That was a stupid decision. All I would have had to do was back up. I want to take high ground again.
I will not let you fall.
I like putting the venom mine. I put the venom mine in the doorway, and then I can take this side of the aircraft and duck behind this, like, little stick out piece here. So you can't see me if you come out that doorway, but I'll know you're there because of the venom mine. So I can cover this doorway, this doorway, this doorway, and the payload, and not be able to be shot from this direction, and I'll also be alerted if you come from that direction.
What is that melody?
I let my team know, this is where I'm watching. If you need backup, you have to be somewhere I can see you. That's something I struggle with a lot playing Anna and Widow, really just snipers in general. People don't understand that if I'm in a position, I'm there for a reason. And if you just, like, decide to walk, like, through this doorway and behind all of this junk, like, I can't see you and I can't help you. And I'm not gonna jump down and put myself out in the open just to help you, when it's much better for me to stay here and hold this position than to put myself out in the open to maybe save you and likely die.
Yeah.
Really, I think rule number 1 is, like, stop feeding. If you are only trading 1 for 1, or God forbid you are in the negatives, learn to position yourself better so that you are not dying every single team fight. You are much more valuable to your team. Any value you bring to your team when you're not dying is free, right? Because if they're not killing you, they're not getting ult charge. But if you're killing them, that's free value. But if you're dying every fight, you're dying multiple times a fight, if you're feeding, you're hindering your team because you're giving the enemy ult charge and you're not there to help fight. So I dropped down here because I know the Zarya was pinged there, and I haven't seen any activity from any of these doorways. So I can drop down safely and get some more value here. See, that Anna, she got knocked down and I didn't take her out. I just wasn't fast enough.
Suppress this
Do I
target.
get the soldier here? I do, see? So I protected the payload, got him off there. That Anna was free again, but I was looking at the McCree.
Much better.
I don't know why I didn't register that the Mercy was right there in my face.
Thank you.
And then my Mercy rezzed me, and their Mercy killed me again because I missed a shot on her. That's just unfortunate. Now I'm feeding. I am feeding. Counters to Widow. Genji, Mercy, Ball. I'd say Symmetra and Moira. They're a little bit better to deal with if you get used to taking close range fights. Tracer, but again, it's really about the enemy's ability to move, because if they move unpredictably, I can't hit them. I just have to get better at registering what direction people are moving in faster, but that's just a thing that I'm going to build over time.
Vexing.
I should have hit that. I don't know why I turned around to see where that grenade went. I guess I was just curious. So I peeked out here because I wanted Mercy to come back. I saw that she was stuck over there.
Fall back.
That's not where I wanted that grapple to take me.
No one can hide from my sight.
My team wants to hold this doorway, so I'm going to position myself behind my team, but also in a way that I can see the enemy, right? So I have cover. My team is in front of me. They're all out in the wide open fighting this fight, right? Let's see. Sigma was over here. Who's that? Junkrat. Moira. Mercy's the only one using cover. Mercy's using cover, and I'm using cover. I have this big box here to duck behind. But I can also see all of the enemies. Positioning. Positioning, positioning, positioning.
I'm under attack.
You can hide.
Honestly, I stay here too long. That soldier absolutely should have killed me there, and I escaped. I knew when I went up there that I was able to go up and over that and that they wouldn't be able to chase me, but I still stayed too long for my comfort. Then I have to get their attention, looking right at them. I'm like, hello? Heal me, please. Thank you. So there, soldier saw me go up and over, so he's expecting me to be on that high ground. So I'm gonna take low ground and duck behind them. Now, if I was to do this again, I would have taken those stairs and ended up on the high ground. Would have ended up on the high ground up here. I was getting cocky and I went behind them. They still weren't expecting me to be here. Do I get any value? Yeah, I do. So I take him out. Anna's free. Do I hit that? No, I don't. Anna body blocks for the Mercy to get the res. That was really smart. Kudos to them. I didn't get either of those kills. And she just undid all the work I did on the McCree. Free reses, I think. But then I do manage to take the Mercy out. That was just a really quick flick.
Attack with me.
Luck that I hit that one, honestly. Maybe,
Going on
kinda.
the attack.
So I want my team to stagger them so that they have a harder time pushing,
I'll watch you.
which they do. They killed the Anna, which is what I was trying to signal for. I wanted Mercy to come up with me, because where she's at right now, she has no cover.
Hostile here.
That was pretty.
Pitiful.
She had no bubbles and didn't have any cover. This is a really difficult position to push through. But now you see our tank is overextended. I do not have a sightline on him, but I don't want to move from this position because it's so good. I could have moved to the high ground over here, but if I had done that, I would have been out in the open. There's no cover over there. Over here, there's stuff that I can duck behind, I can duck down, I can jump down. There's places for me to hide on this high ground. This is a really strong high ground. Over there, not so much. There's no boxes or anything to provide cover on that high ground. So yes, I would have been able to provide cover for Sigma, but then I probably would have died. So this is a much stronger position. Sigma has to back up.
Won't you come out for
Because he won't back up, now the rest of my team has to overextend to cover him.
Fall back.
See, Moira has to go in. He got knocked over. If the enemy team was any better, he would have died immediately, right there. He would have been gone. And then we would have had this fight without a tank. Now, granted, they don't have a tank. Well, actually, their Zarya should be spawning right about now. From the time that we killed her, that she should be spawning right about now. So he is way overextended. Now our Moira has to go in, and the Mercy has to go in, so now it's just me and Junkrat back here. And if anybody slips past them, it's up to us.
scoping in here?
Help me.
I'm not comfortable with where he's playing. He's playing really good. Just because you have a shield, and just because you have that, I don't know what it's called, the vortex, to eat bullets, you're not invincible. You still need to play around.
I see a hostile.
But he's just holding that doorway. He's like, nope.
The enemy returns.
See, but now he's used all of his abilities, and the enemies are pushing in. We have no cover. So both of our supports are right here. And actually, our Junkrat is also right here. They are not ducking behind anything. And Sigma has already used his shield and his other ability to eat the bullets to back out. So he has no cooldowns, and he is not hiding behind anything. These two are wide in the open, provided I'm up here, right? So if Mercy feels like she's in danger, she can turn around and fly to me. That's fine. Moira, she has her Fade ability, so if she's good enough, she can just jump out of this and get out of there before it's anything. Junkrat also has an escape ability, so he should be fine. But I don't like that our Sigma is so far forward with no cooldown.
Probability.
See, now Zarya's coming in, and she had to use her Fade to get out of there because she almost died to the Zarya. But now, with this incoming fight, she has no Fade. So that's one bubble. I should have hit the headshot on that. That's unfortunate. See, he got grabbed. Luckily, the rest of them got out of it, but he got grabbed. And she has to pop ult to save him and also do damage to them to get them off. So if I hadn't gotten that tick off on the Ana, sure it wasn't a headshot, but I did enough damage so that Moira could finish her off. That staggers them for the next fight. But now our Sigma's ulting. I'm not paying attention to what he's doing. He did nothing. I don't know if he actually got Zarya in that grav, or in his, what is that called? His ult. But Moira's the one who got the kill. So, Sigma, you're playing interestingly. I put the Venom on around that corner because I tried to think if somebody's going to come up there, right? I think they still have a soldier at this point. They don't have a lot of movement abilities on their team. So if somebody's going to come after me or come contest me, they're going to have to go up that staircase. But I don't want to put it somewhere that they'll see it right when they're turning up or they'll shoot it. So I want to hide it on the upper part of the staircase so that it'll trigger if they start running up there, but that they can't see it when they start running.
Prowess!
Burning brighter than
Merci.
a supernova!
Bonjour.
I don't know why Mercy's pushing the payload back. Does she not know that the payload moves on its own? I still don't like that my team is playing super out in the open. So they switched to ball now, and I know that I do some pretty interesting things trying to predict where he's gonna go.
No one can hide from
Because
my
their ball is
sight.
coming after me, right? They've decided that I am a nuisance, and that I need to go. Priority targets here. So I was trying to get the Ana. If I was to do this over again, I would tell myself to go for the Ashe. Because the Ashe has no cover. She's going in a straight line. And she's also half health. So all I'd need to do is a fully charged body shot, and she would die. These two are ducking around cover, and they're also aware that I am shooting at them. So they are much harder to shoot at this time.
Got you in my sights.
So I take cover because he's ulting. I'm glad that Junkrat killed him. It's unfortunate that I missed that shot off on him. See, so now that I had put that Venom mine on that staircase, I know that that ball is coming. So I can get out of the way before he comes up after me. I think probably the next place he's gonna go is up that staircase, so I put a Venom mine there.
Enemies return to life. But how?
Do I get that, Mercy? No, that's unfortunate.
Suppress this target.
So now not only do I have to think about where I'm positioned, right? Where can their enemy, because their Ashe and their soldier can contest me. And the Mercy, if she decides to shoot me, and the Ana. Basically, their entire team, if they decide to actually look at me, could cause problems for me. So I want to play somewhere where I have cover and that I can duck out of sight of all the people playing on the ground. But I also have to consider where the ball is going or where his next moves are going to be. And predict that he's going to come after me so I can get out of the way before he stuns me. Luckily, he's pretty loud. There are a lot of audio cues for where ball is going to be. A big part of maining any hero in this game is learning the patterns of the people who can contest you. Right? So you want to learn the movement patterns of heroes that are going to be a problem for you. So that you can predict them and get out of the way.
Hostile here.
So I jumped down because a good ball would have landed up there, right? He's kind of junky, so he was on the bottom. But if he was going to land on the top, I jumped down to dodge that, and then he likely would have come down after me, and then I can grapple up and be out of the way.
The desired result may soon reveal itself.
That's unfortunate. I try to just give myself as many opportunities to do damage as possible without being a liability, right? So if I walk head first into the enemy team, I could maybe get a pick off, but then I would die, right? So I want to be somewhere that I'm safe but can still do damage while also moving often enough that they can't quite tell where I'm gonna be. There's a lot of moving pieces into figuring this out. And all of this stuff is stuff that you just get better at over time. It's not something that you're going to jump right into the game and know how to do. But if you're trying to climb or you're really just trying to improve, These are things that you have to take into consideration while you're playing. And this isn't stuff that I'm just coming up with. This is stuff that I've learned watching Metro, watching Kefri, watching Kenzo, Awkward. You know, Awkward's Anna unranked to GM was very helpful in learning positioning without needing to use a grappling hook to get places, because sometimes you don't have it. You still need to know how to position, even if you don't have your movement abilities. So, watching other creators who are much better at the game than I am, and picking up on the things that maybe they talk about, or maybe just the things that they do unconsciously, their pattern in behavior is what makes them successful. Not necessarily just their aim or their ability usage, but their tracking of what everyone in the game is doing, where they're at, and being conscious of what the next move is going to be. So I take this spot again, because it's so strong.
10 seconds.
Ball is trying to bother my team. So I know... That was really smart, actually. I know that the Mercy was attached to the ball. And I have since learned, don't try to hit the Mercy while she's moving. Wait until she's done moving, and then she's probably going to glide there. So she went up with the ball, right? And there was no killing the ball. There was no point in me shooting him. But I could hold my shot and wait for Mercy to come up and kill her. So now she's out of the fight, and now this is last fight. Mercy's out of the fight. We should win this, just on the principle that it's 5v4. Alright, so Ash uses Bob to try to get a pick on this fight, right? So right now, we are 5v4. It's unfortunate that I couldn't kill Ash right there.
Engage this enemy.
But our tank is already pretty dead. Like, I don't know if he survives this or not. Either of these would have been good picks. I think my brain did that thing where I looked at both of them and couldn't decide which one to click on. Oh, I did get the Ash.
There will be no next.
And I got the Anna. This fight should be free. This is 2v5 with a Bob. If Sigma would have just ducked, all he had to do was duck. All he would have had to do is go behind cover right here, and he would have been fine. But he didn't. He decided to walk right in to the only two people doing damage on their team and die. I was like, maybe I could kill Bob. It's not happening, but he's over with now. So I've got great team. Does that... Even the Junkrat dies. The only person left on their team is Hammond. And he hasn't been able to do anything to me this entire time. Junkrat counters Hammond. The trap counters Hammond.
Hostile here.
This fight took too long. This fight took so long that their Mercy is now back and has res Junkrat. And they swapped to Tracer. Tracer still can't do anything to me, because I think I still have that Venom Mine in the corner. Yeah, I do. I come down, and I'm like, okay, I need to do damage to this ball. But I didn't realize that he was nanoed, so I didn't do any damage. I want to get away from this fight, right? I could have gone to their back line. I could have taken that spot again. That was an option. The option I chose was to take cover at the launch pad. That was free, I missed it. That was free again, and I missed it. But now, I have no escape. I have no grapple, and I'm not on a high ground, so the ball can just come and get me. I'm like, okay, can't do anything there. I will move into my team, because my team is over here. We're coming out of spawn. The payload is over here. Moira's over here. I don't know, maybe she could throw a healing ball. Something. I'm like, I need to move towards my team, because if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Oh, that's a fun Tracer skin. Let's see. So we've got Sigma. We killed Junkrat again. Anna is still free. Do I kill her here? No, I don't. That was free, and I missed it. Ball, ults on point. Their Mercy has been getting free reses all game. Moira's almost dead. Their Mercy, probably, I think that's the Junkrat. She reses there. And then it's basically Sigma against all of these mines. Ball, Anna, Mercy, and Junkrat. And we lose. Junkrat is there. Kiriko is there, and Moira is there, but they're so disconnected because of all the space that the mines make that I think probably he just dies, and then they can't do anything about it. But I'm trying to be very conscious of how many times I die. I died twice to that Mercy in the hangar. That was ridiculous. I died here because I wasn't conscious of the high ground. I forget that there's a high ground on this launch pad. There is. There's a high ground up there. I completely forgot about it. But there's no cover up there. But I don't think a lot of people at this elo actually are conscious of the decisions that they're making. I think they're just pressing W and left click and hoping for the best. Yeah. See, so he just died to the mines. And our Junkrat died, and then Moira died, and that was just it. I didn't have enough value in there because I died twice. We wasted Mercy res on me just so I could die again to the Mercy. And I died to the McCree. So I really lost us that middle point. That's fine. I tried to make up for it.
To devastate.
Couldn't make up for it enough. Always come up here and see out the window, see what you're working with.
Testing your tolerance for
Put the spray down and sit down.
What's pain have to do with science?
Everything, my strange little friend.
Moira, you are evil. So what I really want my team to do here
I
is
understand.
make a distraction. I want them to go in without dying so that the enemy team looks at them so I can pick somebody off. Right? Because if they're all looking at me, then I die. But if they're looking at my team, I can kill somebody without much effort. So they have the Junkrat, Symmetra. Kill the Junkrat.
Woe is you.
So that's a pick. Except we traded because our Junkrat
Suppress
also
this
died.
target.
And now the Mercy is smart and got a free
Hostile
res.
here.
But I traded it back. So we're 4v4. We should be able to apply pressure here without losing anybody. This is an awful angle. This is like the hardest angle to shoot down on. It's terrible. I don't know why I jumped down there. That was maybe not smart. Kill that turret. I'm still looking, but at this point, Orion is looking at me. Mercy is looking at me. This is not a good place to be. If these guys were any decent, I would be dead.
Engage this enemy.
Right, he tries to get me. Mercy goes with it,
Suppress this target.
and I just sneak back around. So, Ryan should die. His team is behind this corner. He is out of line of sight of most of his team. So he would classify as overextended here. And he should absolutely die. He should be a free pick, and then we could just steamroll them because they have it.
Hostile here.
But what happens? Their team pushes up. My team backs away. Maybe not the right choice when we're on attack. That would be the right choice if we were on defense, but now we're on attack, and we need to be more aggressive. We need to actually kill somebody and press W. Right, I can't do it because I'm Widow. And I think a lot of people look at me to set the tone of the game when they should be, in their own roles, being more aggressive.
Yeah.
This is aggressive. This is a stupid angle. This is aggressive for me. I'm out in the open. I'm not on the high ground. Their whole team is looking at me. I should be dead here, actually. Symmetra should shoot something at me. Mercy could shoot something at me. Reinhardt could shoot something at me. I'd be dead. Instead of being proactive and being out of the way, I would have to be reactive and use my grappling hook to get out of the way.
Suppress this target.
See? There, I got hit by that anyway.
Motion stays.
I think I paused because I thought, What? Oh, okay, so the Junkrat launched her up there. That's how she got there. I was like, what in the heck? And I thought maybe she was gonna land on the doorway and I wanted space. So I backed up. See, Mercy kills Junkrat, and then I think she dies to the Junkrat bombs. So that's a decent trade, because that's a healer for a DPS, right? So their support is down. Their support is down, and more importantly, their res is down. Now they can't bring somebody else back into the fight. I should kill Sim here. She just moves like a rabid squirrel, and I can't hit her for the life of me. What is this movement, dude? What is... what is that double head into the Moira ball? But I think Moira killed her. Yeah, Moira, she got Moira orb. I love when that happens. So that Anna was free, and I'm glad that I finally took her out. So right now, it's 2v5, I believe. Sigma, Moira, me. I think our Junkrat and Kiriko are up. So it's Ryan and...
How unreliable.
Yeah, Ryan and their Junkrat. We need to be aggressive here. My team needs to press W. He almost doesn't have shield anymore, and as soon as he doesn't, I can hopefully get a pick. I missed that. Because I had to dodge the fire strike, and I missed again. See, these are shots that I absolutely should not be missing. To improve, I could carry a game if I would have just clicked his head, or his head. Really, either of their heads, and just done damage to get them out of the fight. And then I drop down. I'm gonna take this high ground.
Attack with me. Going on the
Moira killed Junkrat. So this is a 5v1. And their Reinhardt died. So now they are staggered.
hostile here.
We shouldn't lose any of these fights. There's no reason that their team should be here. See, now the Anna's gone, and they only have the Sim. Right? And then it'll still be a couple seconds before Junkrat comes back, and then it'll be a couple seconds before the Ryan gets back. We should cap this point, no problem. I don't know why that didn't register.
Do not. No one can hide from.
I hate that. I gotta stop doing that. So I was reloading, because I only have 5 bullets left. And then I pressed Q, because I was impatient. Oh yeah, and their Mercy is back. And then I pressed Q, and I canceled the reload.
My sight.
And I didn't recognize that I canceled the reload, because the animation went off, right? So I thought it was good, and now I only have
Suppress
one shot
this target.
going in. Don't have to go for headshots if you don't have to go for headshots. She was already low for Moira going after her, and one body shot was enough to take her out of the fight.
Here.
So their Ryan is back, and their Mercy. Took their Mercy out. That was really good target prioritization, right? Because if I had killed the Junkrat, the Mercy would have just rezzed him right there. But I took the Mercy out, so now I can kill them freely.
Such naive.
I've got Ryan's attention on me. I hear his charge. I didn't see it, but I heard the cue that he was charging, so I just dipped out.
Attack with me.
Don't even be there. Just get out. Now, I thought... I didn't see her there, to be honest. I didn't see her there, and I thought that if I jumped down... Look, it's only 1.64. I thought that while the Rhine was in the corner over there, I could just jump down and cap the point.
The payload's moving.
And if I had killed the Anna, I honestly probably could have.
Hostile here.
We're just taking so long to clean up fights.
Engage this enemy.
It does not need to take that long. See, now their Rhine is out because he was out of position again. He charged right into our team and died. This should be free. Even with the sim wall, this should be free. The sim wall is a distraction for me to take high ground. So they're not looking at me. They don't know where I'm going. They're not paying attention to me. The trade-off is that I was not there to kill the Junkrat tire. I see Anna is down there somewhere, because she's shooting Junkrat. Junkrat died. Junkrat died to that Anna. Mercy's right there. I killed Junkrat. Sim is right there. I should not be here. In hindsight, I should absolutely not be here. I don't think that they know that I am in this position. They saw me kill the Junkrat, but I don't think that they registered that I'm up here yet. I should just duck away and hide until my team comes back. because my team is not with me.
This is not a zoo.
See, now I'm fighting their team unnecessarily, like 1v5. Where is my Kiriko? Because that would be my Kiriko, right? Where were those coming from? I mean, I'd be dead if it wasn't, yeah. So Kiriko TP'd to me, I'd be dead if it wasn't for her. Mercy didn't stay on Kiriko, she went for me, and Kiriko was throwing heals at me. This support, she was one of the better teammates. Butterscotch is going for me, and if she would have hit just one shot, she would have killed me. The Mercy, man. She's the only one being like, this Widow gotta go. So I back up, but I don't back all the way up. I back up to here, because I feel like I can hold this position. Let's see. Who could come after me here? So the Mercy could decide that she's gonna come after me, but I have enough distance that I feel like I could hit that shot. Sim could come up, but again, I feel like I have enough distance that I could kill them, right? So you back up to a safe distance to where you can hold this space in the meantime without being right on top of the enemy.
Well,
Receive my aid.
thank you.
Convene here.
See, Mercy
Hostile
does
here.
come up. She tries to get me. But she's so itty bitty.
Push the
She's so hard to
payload.
hit.
Now.
I'm so close on those, like, predict shots. Oh, man.
Engage
Body
this
shot
enemy.
her, and then she goes away. I got her. Wait. That should have been a headshot. That's unfortunate. But I killed her anyways.
Suppress
Soldiers
this
up there.
target.
I just took him out. Right, so right now, we are again 5v3. Sigma's ulting him, but Sigma, nobody's killing these turrets, and I can't see them. So I really hope that the Symmetra doesn't just kill Sigma.
Engage this enemy.
Oh, she's close. I thought I was on the other thing where I could go through and down. So I just turned around, just taking the scenic route.
Suppress this target.
How did Sigma get up there? The Junkrat? Did the Junkrat put the Sigma up here? I think he did. See, now the Rhine is back. We just can't clean up fights. And now I'm dead. Because an Ana boosted Symmetra is very deadly. Oh, don't tell me, did Kiriko die there
The
too?
plot thickens.
If it hadn't been for our
No one
Junkrat,
can
we
hide
would have lost.
from my sight.
We would have lost if it wasn't for his tire. We would have lost. But I pop ult so that they can see where the enemies are, so that they can hopefully set up for the next fight. So we did cap. Luckily, we did cap that point. That was a big fire. If it hadn't been, it's crazy. It's like one of those down to the wire ults that just turns the tide of the game. But that doesn't mean he's a good player, and I'll explain that in a little bit. How to kill that thing. So I take her out. Our Junkrat is dead, but I killed her. And then I want to sweep for me looking around there. I was just making sure that there were no turrets there. It's better to look and not have them than to not look and die to them.
Attack with me.
See, if there's a soldier out, we should move. Move, move, move.
Over there.
Press W. Take
Over there.
space. See, that Ana is basically free. She's hiding over there. If my Junkrat, if my Moira, if my Sigma, if anybody had decided to follow up on that ping and go over there, she'd be dead. But now Ryan is here. He's still out in the open. He has no cover. Where is his cover? Right now. And the Lucio. See, now the Sim is back.
Unassailable grower.
Now their whole team is back. We just keep letting them regroup. That's frustrating. See, killed the soldier again. I am still getting picks. It's 4v5. It's 5v4. 5v4 right now, right? So this is the next fight. I took soldier out of that fight. We should win.
Now I truly feel alive. You found me.
Now I've got
Suppress this
she
target.
TP'd up to me. I knew she was gonna do that. I don't know where my team went. I know Ryan shattered while I was dodging Sim and Lucio. But it was only Ana and Ryan versus my whole team. So either that was a crazy shatter, or I don't know what happened there. That should have killed her. Look at her health. That should have killed her, and it didn't. That's annoying. And then she killed me. And then the Lucio and the Sim from up there dropped down on me. My thought process was that they're up there after me. I can drop down. My team should be on the payload. So I was like, I can drop down to my team, and I'll be fine. The Rhine pushed my entire team off the point. I don't know where... See, they're all down here. We are winning overall. We're just not making the correct choices to capitalize on winning. Learning the pace of the game is, like, super important. See, now I'm saying fall back, but really, like, I should not have died like I did, because now I'm late to this fight. But they killed Ryan, so they should be able to clean this up with me.
Acknowledged.
And then here, I don't know why their Sim is, like, behind. That was really risky, but I did manage to kill her. And then they pinged the Anna, and I was like, oh, got her, no problem. So that's 2, so that's 3. So this is a 5v2. We should
No one can hide from my sight. Suppress this target.
They killed that Lucio, nice. Ryan is 1. Does he live here? Don't tell me he lives here. Okay, he does. So now it's... Oh, okay. So they spawned at this spawn because we didn't cap that. So that's why they're so close. But really, they should be free because they're so close to us, and the rest of their team is at the new spawn, like all the way up there.
Engage this enemy.
If I had been them in this position, I would have just hit function and teleported to the new spawn and regrouped with my team instead of trying to fight 2v5 when this point was lost. Right, La Anna, she had no cover, she was out in the open, she wasn't looking at me, she was free. I can just stand still and click her head.
Acknowledged.
This Sim is 1v5ing right now, and I cannot believe that this is gonna do anything for her. Does this seriously do anything for her?
For the parched.
Where'd she go? Oh, I can
I
hear
see
her.
a hostile.
Yes.
So she up in... Yeah, she's up in that room, right?
Going on the attack.
It was a really dangerous position for me to walk into a tiny room with a Symmetra. She's gonna throw turrets all over the place and kill me. So my decision making was that it was more valuable to go after them. See if I can see that soldier. He's like, I'm just looking at him. I'm like, ooh, that's free. I should have took him out. Moira's on the cart. Give her backup, right? I don't want to leave her alone while everybody else is over here chasing Symmetra. So I got a headshot off on them, and then this whole time I'm moving to cover. Right, you didn't see me stop moving this whole time. I came around that back corner and I'm moving behind this box. And I could tell when you press tab and you can see where your team's at and how much damage your team has. You can compare that to the enemy's team and where they might be ult charge wise. You can kind of, you get a feeling for the rhythm of the games. When ults come up, when you need to fall back, when they don't have ults, when they're down a teammate, when you can be aggressive. All of this kind of stuff you just pick up on over time. You learn the rhythm of aggression. And so I was like, okay, you need cover. So Kiriko and Moira took cover. I hope they stay there. I took cover. I stay here. Sigma, no cover. He's just like, I got this, no problem. He should have either, like, I don't know, ducked. If he hit crouch behind the payload, that would have been fine. If he would have gone over here into this room, he would have been fine. But no, he just face tanks that ult. And then Moira has to pop ult, and Kiriko has to draw her attention towards the tank to keep him alive. If he would have played cover, they wouldn't have had to do that, and she could have used that aggressively. Kiriko could have been aggressive here, and we could have won this fight much easier if Sigma would have taken my will.
Merci.
Right, because Moira has to be back here to heal him. Instead, she could have been up here. They could have moved around the payload up here, and she could have been far more aggressive, taking this entire sightline with her ult, instead of just this little angle here. But I'm like, okay, they're causing a distraction, so I can peek out and try to get a pick. And that's unfortunate. See, now we lost our Sig. Moira fell back. Look where our Junkrat is. Our Junkrat absolutely should not be there right now. Unless he is in a hiding spot where he can just crouch and they don't know where he is and he can wait until we re-engage. But no, he's up there fighting. And I'm signaling, I'm like, fall back. Fall back. Come on. We don't have a tank. You don't have a support. You're on your own.
Fall back.
Watch what happens.
Group up here.
Moving the payload.
He's moving the payload. He's 1v5 right now. That is such a stupid place to be at this point in time. Look at him. Look at his little crouching body sitting still on the payload, might I add. Never stand still. Never ever stand still unless you're absolutely sure that nobody can see you. like if the enemy has a Widow, just never stand still. Because you don't know where they're gonna pop out and kill you. Just never stand still. Never walk in a straight line. If anybody on the enemy team has something that can one-shot you, you have to keep that in mind the entire course of the game. Because that's where snipers find value, is picking you off when you're unsuspecting. But he's like, nope, I got this. And look, he dies to Anna. Now we're going into this fight.
Ultimate is ready.
4v5. Oh, he did? Okay. Okay. So I didn't know that he got the kill on the Mercy there with his death bombs. That makes this fight a little more acceptable that we're going in, right? Sigma's like, okay, we're pressing W. I wanted to wait for Junkrat to come back. Because even with that kill on the Mercy, we have 47 seconds, so we might be able to take 2 fights. But realistically, this one engagement is going to take the rest of our time. So I want it to be the best engagement that it can be, not going in 4v5. Because the Mercy has close spawn, so she'll be back into their fight before Junkrat can come back into our fight. Okay. No, I didn't.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
The
Hostile
payload
here.
advances.
I can't do much with that wall up. I'm just gonna have to wait. That's unfortunate that that missed. Now we've lost our Kiriko because our team is not playing behind. Please tell me. Okay, Junkrat got Soldier, so that's good. And I'm behind it. This is incredibly aggressive, and if they had any awareness at all, this would
Making
not
sure
work.
the payload's progress.
But I caused enough distraction. Like, they're like, oh, I'm getting shot from somewhere, but they didn't turn around and look at me. I got enough of a distraction and enough damage that we could close in around them and kill them to move the payload. That was a dumb choice, and any higher elo, I would have been immediately punished for that. I should have, let's see.
No one can.
So I could have stayed on the high ground, there, or I could have dropped down. I don't want to say that it would have been smarter to drop down behind this, either, because that's their spawn, right there. So, I don't know. I made a dumb choice to try to make something happen. And it did make something happen. So I pop sights so I can see what doorway they're coming out of, and hopefully to get an early pick here. And I do. That was easy. She was moving in a straight line. She wasn't expecting me to look at her.
Hostile here.
Get out of the Mercy.
Engage this enemy.
It's big that they killed
This target.
Soldier there. Soldier could have very easily have wiped all of them. But Mercy was focused on me instead of the payload.
Score.
And we did cap that. But that was so much harder than it needed to be. We had so many opportunities to press W and win, and we just couldn't work together. A lot of people might wonder why I don't switch to other heroes, and the truth is, I don't play any hero better than I play Widow. Which is quite the dilemma. I know I was working on Tracer, I'm still working on Tracer, but she's so bad gameplay, like game sense wise, compared to my Widow. I don't know how to play a Tracer. I don't know the positioning of a Tracer. I don't know timing on a Tracer.
I'll scout
These are
from
things
here.
that I understand
Assemble
about
at
Widow,
this
but
location.
things that I need to learn on Tracer. So I'd rather play Widow in
Sniper.
less than opportune
I understand.
positions than switch to something I can't get any value on.
Distance is
So
no
I saw the
obstacle
Widow,
to my-
and I was like, I need to take Widow out. That was easy. She wasn't expecting me on that low corner. So I took her out of the fight. So she can't bother my team anymore. But I also heard the Reinhardt coming around this corner, which I suspected because last time we were defending, they were on Zarya, and they were going to come out of that lower door. So while I'm looking for value by the payload, I'm conscious of where the Reinhardt is going, spatial awareness with audio, and I'm like, okay, I need to be behind something or at an angle so that he can't just come up here and charge me.
Engage
Right?
this
He can't.
enemy.
He can't come around there, and then he doesn't have it. But he, the Reinhardt's like, oh, I gotta get out of here, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just take that space back, no problem, thank you. If I had been a little more aware, this is something I really need to work on, is my magazine awareness. Because I didn't realize I only had one shot, and because I only had one shot, I couldn't kill the Widow. Right, because I had to duck down to reload. And then I think I actually lose this here. Because I need healing. I'm one body shot away. Yeah. I peeked Anna and Widow, actually, and they both shot me at the same time. Poor Kiriko, she's looking at my dead body. She's just probably like, oh man, I tried. Oh well. It's really unfortunate that I got picked off so early. I would want my team to fall back here, honestly, because, that soldier is looking right at where I died. All he'd need to do is come up and around, and he could kill Kiriko. And he'd just have a free firing range at everybody else, because nobody else is holding the high ground. And their spawn is right here, but my spawn is all the way back in the hangar. So, it would be better for them to play it safe. I should have played it safe, but it's really unfortunate that I died first.
Finally.
See now, the Junkrat, he got some value, but he died.
A worthy opponent.
And now Moira died as well, so it's just Kiriko and Sigma.
Fall back.
Kiriko shouldn't be on the payload. Her awareness of where the rest of the team is makes this really, really unsafe. She's probably assuming that people are still around her, and that's why she's playing so aggressive. But she's all alone. So.
They outnumber us. Watch out.
And then she dies. So I can't be aggressive and take this high ground. It is overtime, but we need to give them space so that I don't die before this fight starts. So I go up here, behind this little box. So I can watch this high ground, and I can watch this high ground, and I can wait for my team to come back, because we can still fight this before they cap this point.
Scoping in here.
So their Rhine should be free. He just charged right into our whole team over here.
You can.
Nobody's with it. Junkrat should have been free. Anna was free, standing still. Soldier, free, standing still. I should be able to get another pick here. I did. See? So now it's just Mercy, and it's just Reinhardt. And I don't know if Mercy's gonna go for a res here, but this is 5. No, Kiriko died. This is 4v2. This is so weird. I wish this was just over with. See now, Ryan's dead. It's just
this
Mercy.
target.
She went for the res.
Over there.
So they can
No one can hide from my sight.
Complete.
So I have almost as much value as our Junkrat. Well, actually, 32 of those are final blows on my end. So I probably have the most value on this team, and I've died half as much. Why did this game feel so hard?
Switching sides.
I don't think I can do much more. I know I need to stop dying. Stupid. Few of those deaths were absolutely preventable. I was in a stupid position. I shouldn't have died. So that'll definitely help in the future.
Aim to
So I'm gonna wait.
The payload.
Right. My team is coming in here. I want them to distract so that the enemies that are likely on the high ground, if the enemies are smart, they'll be on the high ground, right? And when they're looking here, I can grapple up here and shoot them without them registering where I am.
Progresses. Excellent.
But they're not smart. They're down here. And their Reinhardt just charged into our entire team. So their Reinhardt should die. Anna's on the high ground. And I don't see her drop down. I think she's still up there. But then I look and she's not there. Now I'm confused. She must have dropped down and I just didn't see her. I should have hit that. I need to move. Oh, that Anna. She's free. Do I get her? Nope. Didn't register fast enough. This is a terrible angle. I hate fighting from that angle. Open it up. Alright, McCree is dead. We are up 1.
Suppress this target.
That Reinhardt should die.
I need healing.
Okay, he does. I need healing. I don't want to jiggle peek here because I'm literally like 1 step.
Merci.
Here goes healing. That's nice. Alright. So they all fell back into this room. So there's an Anna. And I think they still have their Mercy and the Junkrat. And that's all that should be in there. And now our Junkrat died.
Very well.
The universe is singing to me!
Hostile
Oh,
here.
McCree was there as well. McCree died. So notice how I didn't immediately go down with my team. Because this is a good sightline. Nobody is paying attention to where I'm at. I can see the high ground, so I can see if somebody's going to flank. And I can also see, like, where the payload is and where they're going. This is a decent amount of space that I can hold. And also, I can watch for the tire.
Payload's heading out.
So that was a big pick. Because that tire would have come down and just absolutely obliterated Sigma, and he's the only one holding the payload, and we're in overtime. Actually, it would have obliterated all of them. Actually, it would have killed all 3 of them, I think.
Surrender to my will.
So Moira goes, I pick off the McCree while I jump down, and I try to take the high ground here. I want a different angle. And they see 9. You win some, you lose some. But at least I can see things that I can improve on, and also maybe not feel entirely responsible for the loss of that game. So, please take things that I said in this video with a grain of salt. You know, obviously, I'm not a grandmaster, and these are just my thoughts while I'm picking up on how to improve. So, if you want genuine advice on how to improve, probably ask somebody other than me. But, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!